us more is Mary McNaught Youngkin, Chief of Staff for Civic Enterprises, and a newly minted Navy wife as of last Saturday. This is Mary's idea of a honeymoon, I think. But at any rate, I'm pleased to welcome and quite frankly congratulate Mary, and she's here to share more about this study.
Thank you, Laisha, for those truly kind words. It's an honor to be with distinguished veterans, military families, and guests here today. I'm here today as we release all-volunteer force from military to civilian service, the first ever national representative survey and report on the civic lives of veterans returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. As we welcome home our newest generation of veterans, we rightfully focus on their rocky transitions. We know they face very real issues: unemployment, post-traumatic stress disorder, homelessness, and family instability. Our survey shows that only 13% of these veterans strongly agree that their transitions are going well, and just 9% strongly believe the needs of their families are being met. War is a traumatic experience, and many of these men and women have served multiple deployments over the past 8 years. The challenges they face are complex, and they deserve our nation's attention. What these veterans told us in very clear terms is that in rightfully focusing on the transition home, what we all too often neglect to highlight is that service remains in the DNA of our veterans. The training our military gives them and their responsibilities abroad mean they bring real skills back home. Almost 90% of veterans believe that Americans can learn something from their example of service, yet only half consider themselves leaders in their communities. This means that veterans are aware of the skills they have and the ethic of service that sets them apart, but when they take their daughter to school, they walk into City Hall, or they go to their place of worship, they are half as likely to think their fellow Americans understand the value of their service. Most veterans have never been contacted by a community institution, local nonprofit, or place of worship when they return home. Yet 9 in 10 agree that serving their community is important to them, and equally believe that service is a basic responsibility of every American. These returning veterans want to serve again. They want to be on the front lines of the efforts their communities are making to intervene in the lives of at-risk youth, to respond to natural disasters, to ensure our public lands are preserved, and to help those in need find their next meal. We know from the latest neuroscience that compassion, charity, and service literally make people healthier and happier. Our survey found that veterans who volunteer in communities have better transitions home, as do their families. So, by doing a better job engaging them in service at home, we will be giving them a new mission, a sense of purpose that will strengthen this generation of veterans and our nation. So on this Veterans Day, let's give a gift of gratitude to our nation's veterans. Yes, we must continue to greet them at airports and tie yellow ribbons in their honor. But as one veteran told us, recognize our usefulness. We are not charity cases, we are an American asset. Today, the partnerships announced are responding to a clear call from our newest generation of veterans. As is exhibited here today, community serving and faith-based institutions can tap the skills of veterans for volunteer service. College campuses like GW can help educate them on how to take full advantage of the GI Bill and deploy them into high-need communities through federal work study. States can follow the inspiring examples of Minnesota and Washington as these veterans move from warriors to citizens. Mayors can incorporate veterans into their cities of service initiatives across the country. Our nation can marry the positions created in the Serve America Act's Veteran Service Corps, signed into law by President Obama, with the specific interests of returning veterans. More can be done to engage wounded warriors in service and enlist all veterans in solving our toughest challenges in socially innovative ways. But most importantly, we recommend a change in the culture of how our veterans are viewed. The public often believes that the veteran has given enough or is somehow damaged and should be left alone. But these extraordinary men and women who embody service to country need outlets on the home front and will inspire our next generation of leaders. We encourage congressional hearings, national and state summits, and public visibility of all kinds to educate millions of Americans on how they can help ensure our veterans feel connected to community and are recognized for the civic assets that they truly are. This report would not have been possible without some very special people and institutions. First, our thanks to the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff for writing our foreword and to his able staff, to the White House, especially Dr. Biden and Mrs. Obama, for its extraordinary leadership on these issues, to leaders in the Congress who continue to make this issue a priority, to Laisha Ward and her incredible team at Target, and Jean Case and her team at the Case Foundation for their support of this project and all they do for our nation's veterans, and to the Service Nation Coalition and Mission Serve for this extraordinary event and for continually raising the dialogue around service in America. Finally, we dedicate this report to our nation's veterans, many of whom are here today, in uniform and out, who give so much to our country. On this Veterans Day, let's share our gratitude by tapping their talents to serve their country once again. Thank you.